Hi, I'm Robert. Just heard the news today that the Minnesota Vikings offensive coordinator Norv Turner has resigned. Trying to make sense of all this. I know that over the last couple of weeks they've had 2 losses against the Philadelphia Eagles and the Chicago Bears, where the offense just hasn't been moving or hasn't been working as well as it had been in the first 5 games of the season, which the Vikings had won and remained as the only unbeaten team. But since then the offensive line has not been functioning as well as it could do, but it has been helped by injuries. First, injuries to the starting tackles, Matt Khalil and Andre Smith, and they've had to just shift the line, over the last few weeks, just trying to make it function as best as they can. With they brought in the veteran Jake Long, and together with the makeshift starters and TJ Clemmings and Jeremiah Searles. Now, whether Norv Turner, he just said he resigned because he just couldn't get the offensive line working anymore. So, they've had to make adjustments all year since Teddy Bridgewater's knee injury that put him out for the season, which he suffered during the pre-season. So I know it's difficult, and Norv Turner has been one of the top offensive coordinators in the NFL. If you wanted to kickstart your offense, you called Norv. So he found it just wasn't the offensive side of the team wasn't functioning as well as he could, and he just felt he wasn't able to put it right. So it was a bit unfortunate. Now the tight ends coach, Pat Shurmur, is taking over as the interim offensive coordinator. Now Pat Shurmur, he knows the quarterback Sam Bradford, as having served as coordinator for him at St. Louis and Philadelphia, and sometimes he called the plays for coach Chip Kelly. So there's that familiarity with Sam Bradford and Pat Shurmur working together, having worked together in the past. Whether that will now improve things with Pat taking over and the offensive side, it all remains to be seen. But the Vikings are still 5-2. That's having the second best record in the NFC, second to the Dallas Cowboys at 6-1. So I would have thought all was not lost, and they could try and keep continuing to improve the offensive side. It's only 7 games into the season, and the Vikings they've been trying to make adjustments for injuries right throughout the season. So I would have thought the Vikings, the coaches, could just carry on doing their best to make improvements as they have been doing throughout the season. So it's a bit of a setback, and Norv Turner, he felt himself that he couldn't do much more, and so it's just another setback. But the Vikings have been going, since since the pre-season. They've been making adjustments for injuries, and they will continue to do so. So hopefully the Vikings can continue just making adjustments and preparing for this Sunday's game against the Detroit Lions at home at the US Bank Stadium. So let's hope they can continue and kickstart their season. And as always,